Right, we're both recording now. So I am so pleased to be here with my really, really lovely friends. And I say that from the bottom of my heart, April and Jay from Spiritually Raw. And we are here for a really important show today. It's something that you guys have really, really helped me with. And also I've just come back. I've got my peace necklace on from the most amazing community festival in Wales, in the UK, with Wim Hof and Russell Brand. And I had it was a long drive, and being in this amazing atmosphere, it really allowed me to focus a lot of my thoughts. So we're going to be talking about something so important today, which is how people can really take back their sovereignty for their health and their finances. So basically abundance in all areas of their life. And what we've all seen is anyone who's watching your channel and my channel, we know that everything is inverted.
Right.
Big players have done everything within their power to make good natural medicines a dirty mark, to make honest ways of making a living a dirty mark, because what they want is people that are controlled and trapped into the system. So what we're going to be talking about today is how a way of you creating your own abundance in health and finance in particular. So this show is for people that really want to change their lives. This is for people that are being honest with themselves and saying, do you know what? I'm putting away my old story of what might not serve me anymore. And I'm now creating my new story. And if that resonates with you, this is shows for you. If it doesn't resonate for you, please just don't watch, because we are on a zero crap policy, because this is a high vibration show. Both our shows are high vibration. All three of us are about helping people create their new future, not react to what's thrown about them. And so we want people on board with us who are on that high vibe and are taking ownership for their lives and saying, right, I'm now creating my future. Let's go.
There's something that I absolutely love that you said about people. I'm letting go of my, are you willing and wanting to let go of your old story and create a new story? And Catherine, I think that's really so appropriate right now, because that's all that's been out, our stories. Right now, it's story after story after story after story. It's the Nassar, it's the Jassar, it's the Medved, it's the Trump, it's the this or that. And the reality of it is we're still exactly where we were, right? We haven't seen any of that yet. Maybe we've seen little parts here and there, but people get so caught up literally in the story, that story, that narrative, they allow that to become their narrative and their life. And I think what you said was so on point. Are you willing to let go of your old story to create a new story? Because that's what it's all about. When you peel apart the orange and you take it all apart, why are we here? We're here to create our own divinity. We're here to create our own lives. Now, whatever that is for you, that's fine. Just claim it. If you're happy the way that you are, claim it. Don't blame it on anybody else. Look in the mirror and say, this is my life. I've created it this way. And if you're happy with that, kumbaya, we're super happy for you. But if you're not, you know what, look in the mirror and
Watch
say,
this show.
I'm ready for a change. And the change is going to start right here, right now, today.
Oh, so applaud you. And there's so many ways that you can do this, folks, anyone that's watching. So we're going to talk through one option for you today and show, and the reason we're talking through is it's because something that the three of us passionately believe in for so many different reasons, and we're going to go through those today. And, I've had so many businesses in my life. I am definitely a creator. I create opportunities and I learn from them as I go along. And I was just saying to one of my friends, this lovely lady I met this weekend, about I'm so pleased to be the age I am, because every stage of life, it's like when you have children, isn't it? When they're babies, you love it. When they get to toddlers, you love it. When they get a bit old, you love it. When they're teenagers, you love it. That's how I feel about where I'm at. It's like all these stages of my life have taught me something. And now I'm at a stage where I'm just like so loving the opportunities that are opening up. And trust me, I'm grabbing them with both hands, because we're all passionate about health and wellness, and we're passionate about communities, and we're passionate about sharing what works, and that what better way can there be? So, you know, you guys, this particular opportunity we're going to talk about today is the ASEA business, and we've got the blue and the white standing behind me. I wouldn't be without it. April, I saw your video last week about using it as a sunscreen. Now, we don't give any medical advice, guys, you know this, but in the UK this weekend, it's been well over 30 degrees. And where I was at all weekend, there was no shade virtually at all. So I've been out in the sun all weekend, and I just use the ASEA. I haven't got a single burnt patch on me, not a single dry patch, not in a single burnt patch or anything.
Exactly. We've always hated sunscreen. Jay especially.
Hate it.
I'd be like, no, you have to put it on.
And I have to, like, on my face, I was like, I won't, it rubs in. I'm like, how do I get it off?
It's like,
it ruins the moment.
it totally does. It's like literally putting glue on your face and your skin. And this year I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm absolutely refused to put all that toxins literally just slapping in and embedding and thickening all over my skin. I said, I'm going to give this a shot. I have nothing to lose. I'll just try it. And to my absolute most pleasant, awesome surprise, no burn, no wrinkles, no irritation, no skin breakout, nothing. My skin feels clear. It feels light. It's a miracle.
I want to, like, as we kind of talk through this to Catherine, to help give your audience, and again, thank you for having us here, appreciate it, is to give your audience some real value about the real aspect of what's available to us, not only from the health side of it, but from the prosperity side. So number one, the blue and white that people are watching right now it's the only thing of it's like, it's not like another lotion, potion, and shake. Okay. So when you think of like you said, you've been in so many businesses, and a lot of us have, when you think about it as a business person, well, if there's only the one thing out there, that's a great indicator that that's a great business to be into, because nobody else is selling it. You know what I mean? Nobody else, there's no other distribution channels for it than like what we're doing right there. It's not like you can go in these different places and get it. So that was number one, what caught our attention from a business side of things, was setting aside that I know people have watched so many videos on the physical, spiritual benefits of how it works for them. But the business side of it, I looked at it, I was like, okay, you can't buy this blue and white anywhere else. I can't go to another company and buy anything that's like it. So for me as a business person, it absolutely made sense to say, okay, well, let's roll this out. We believe that it works, and now let's roll this out and let people get there out there. So that's been really good. I really think that in 2022, what people really should, actually, they just need to do right now, because is it at 2022, if you're in your working years, you physically have the ability to work, you spiritually have the ability to work, you emotionally have the ability to work, and you're still complaining about money, then you need to hit a reset button on your life for a minute. You really do. There's absolutely, with the internet, with 7-8 billion, I don't even know how many people there are right now, but without all these people out there, there's no reason, if again, physically, mind, body, spirit, you're intact, there's no reason you should be worrying about money in today's world. Okay, there's solutions out there. So ASEA for us was a decision of saying, okay, look, number one, if you don't have your health, what do you have anyway, right? So number one, we knew that, okay, this is radically, it's a disruptive technology that's really addressing that need, and it's really, we're seeing the indications of, and that people could watch all of our videos, but take a look at us all a month ago and take a look at us now. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. Look at us all. It's not like, it's a real thing right there. So now it's like, okay, hey, this is a real great, ASEA's created they've epitomized what we call as the 5D economy, which is becoming abundant by helping other people become abundant, and that's really what it's about.
Simplistic, and it makes such perfect sense. And this is really, when you think about it from a spiritual point of view, is this not what the heavens, the creator, wants for everyone? The creator wants us to all live in love, happiness, wealth, prosperity. If you're living in anything other than that, it's time to take a review of your life and say, well, there's a disconnect somewhere in my life, and where is the disconnect happening? And you and only you have the ability to change the trajectory of whatever that issue in your own life is. Not your husband, not your kids, not your parents. It's you. You have to be the one to say enough is enough. And when you get to the point and you say enough is enough, this is an awesome opportunity not only to help yourself spiritually, physically, mentally, but it's an incredible way to prosper all the way around the board. It is truly, in our opinion, the perfect mix. It has everything.
It's being courageous in today's world. Like you mentioned earlier, like everything, like we talked about, is like inverted, you know, what we've been taught, right? You know what I mean? Like everything is like kind of like the opposite. I think a lot of people agree on that. But if you think about it, people say stuff like, well, okay, well, it's just about the money, or it's just about the money. You're goddamn right it is. It's about the money. It is what it is. It's part of what we have to work about. Every family needs it, just like they needed water, they need food. You have to have these things in life. So I think if people can get to a point of saying, you know, they're comfortable and saying, okay, look, yes, I want to prosper, I want to do this. What we're hoping to have accomplished here today with you on your show is that whether that's ASEA or not, we just feel like that's the incredible thing. That's like the ground floor or the low-hanging fruit for people to prosper right now. But to get comfortable and saying, yes, it's okay to be successful. You know, it is not okay to be mediocre. It is not okay to say God will only give you what you can handle, kind of stuff like that. It is not okay to say, well, in about 3 months and 3 weeks and 2 days at 12 o'clock on a Tuesday, this will turn on and you will all have all your blessings. It is not okay to keep living like that. When those things happen, God bless us all. But until that moment happens, energetically, personally believe that we can create our own Nasara Jasara. We can create our own revalue situation. We can create our own prosperity packages. But if you take a look at the concept of manifestation in and of itself, you have to act as if you're manifesting to be able to manifest, right? So what I'm saying is, instead of waiting for these things to happen, why don't we at least act like we're manifesting and manifest? And then as we manifest, I think then that if there is going to be any of these things, which, you know, we all hope for, I mean, it is what it is. If there are going to be these things that pop out and all of a sudden, $10 trillion for all my friends, great, we manifested it. We did our part, but we got to play our part too. What happens is, it's not okay to sit by the sidelines because someone said it's going to happen that day. You're just going to slow down your own life. And I say this with all the love in the world, Catherine. If people are responsible for people, meaning their children, elderly parents, and they're in that place in their life where they are the caregiver, they are the financial giver, and you know that you have the ability to give them the best version of yourself and the best world that they could possibly have, but for whatever reason you're stuck on the ego of what's about this, just shake it off.
They got to
get rid of it.
It's 100% all ego.
It is, and this is what I want to come into, because I've had so many people talk to me about, oh my goodness, it's a pyramid scheme, it's an MLM. As I said, we're talking about one example because we only talk about things that we personally experienced and tried. We don't bullshit about things that we haven't personally experienced and tried. So, I really thought hard about that. And I thought, why is there so much resistance to this? Because this is interesting, because you and I know that the last thing it is the pyramid scheme, because everyone thinks that the people at the top do nothing whilst all the people at the bottom do all the work. And nothing could be further than the truth, because you've only got to see the amazing people we've had on our shows from ASEA to see these people don't have to do anything. They are financially and health abundant as they are, but they do it because they're so passionate about helping and because they can. It's like so many people that have a lot of money choose to do a lot of stuff for charity because that opens up, when you've got yourself into that position, it opens up so many choices to you. So by no means do the people at the top do nothing. In fact, they do more than everyone else, but they do it through choice. And there's a big difference. They do it because they've opened up a situation where they can choose to do it or not, which is very different for people that are going to do a 9 to 5. And a lot of people, like you were just both touching on, they've got a resistance because they or someone they know has sneered at it or tried it and it hasn't worked before. But isn't that how we learn lessons in life? We work and we see, well, why didn't it work before? And am I the same person that's done it before? And if you don't need any more financial abundance in your life, then this isn't for you. And that's great and good for you. And I really hope you're sharing what's worked for you with loved ones. But if you do, like you were saying, Jay, there really is no excuse to start doing it. And you, like anything in life, you get out what you put in. I've just done a whole series on manifesting. You can see it in one of my playlists. And one of the secrets for that is, one, being very honest for you about where you're at. What do I want? And there's no shame in wanting financial abundance, because with financial abundance comes a lot of choices. So I'm now able to buy the ASEA for my mother. I'm able to buy it for my children. I'm able to give it to all my rescue animals, and I've got a lot of them. You know, and so I'm really proud of that. There's no shame there at all. And I'm really proud that I'm starting to see lots of other people in our team, with a lot of help from Jay and April, really prosper as well. Nothing gives me more pleasure. So I think this, being honest about, you know, we've been taught that education is a good thing, and now look what we know about that. We've been taught that religions, we all know that they're all twisted and inverted. We've been taught that so much of what we've been taught is good, we now know has been twisted. And I would ask people to consider this in the same way. Why? Tell me honestly why you think it's a bad thing to share by helping people.
Can I answer that one before you? Only because I had an experience this weekend. We were talking about how I was using this as sunscreen. Well, we're on vacation right now in South Florida, and my family, my two cousins from up north, came to visit us. So this is why we were out on the beach every single day and in the ocean for a week with no sunscreen and didn't get burnt. But my cousin, finally, sometime during that week on the beach, she's like, so what is this ASEA stuff anyway? And I'm like, oh, here it comes, right? And the first thing out of my mouth, I don't even remember what I said. She goes, it's a scam.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pyramid. And I'm like, well, what gave you that thought in your mind? And she's like, oh, and, you know, like just kind of brush. That's what they always say. And I really believe, Catherine, that comes from, number one, fear. Yeah. And number two, ignorance and arrogance, lack of knowledge. The fear of them actually trying to, you know, sell it or offer it or share the concept to others. That's 100% fear-based. Of they're like, I can't do it, or I'm afraid if I do it, others will make fun of me. That's
absolutely.
And then number two, that knee-jerk reaction of it's a pyramid or it's a scam truly comes from arrogance, the lack of knowledge.
You know, if people,
that's how I feel.
If people would just pick a stock, and again, those are for the working people that are able to mind, body, spirit do this. But if you'll take stock of your life for just a second and really just take a breath and ask yourself this question: what normal, reasonable, logical, sane person would not want to have a business that would have a ripple effect? I mean, honestly, what reasonable person would just want to say, okay, it's always going to be about me, and every day I'm the guy that's got to show up until the day I die, and if I stop showing up, there goes my money. What reasonable person would be like, you know what? If stuff happened in my life, there's about 1,000 other people that are creating a ripple effect that are paying me. I'm not trying to be, you know, rhetorical in this question, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around, again, what sane, rational person could think that that's a bad thing for not only other people's lives, but their lives. What I think has happened before is, I believe dark forces have come in and been like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And I also think it's that fear, because there's so much that dark press, if you would, going on, just like a regular press. Mm-hmm. There's so much of that going on that I think that when someone does have the courage to try it, they're afraid to talk about it until often it gets too late. So they jump out of the one. Because I will tell you right now, because if everybody, and I will say this right now, if every one of the shows that we all know collectively together said this is a great thing collectively, everybody be banging down the doors. You'd all want it, okay? Because you know why? Because everybody else said it was good, okay? But because there's a few starting the thing, you're like, yeah, I don't want to be the first one to jump out. I'm going to walk on fire. No, you're not. You'll be the brave. You'll be the leader, and that's how you create wealth. That's how you create abundance. But that's That's my opinion.
And I want to jump in on that because I've had exactly the same. And what I want to say to people, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid of being ridiculed because we've all done that. But what the last 2 years, I think, where we're so lucky is anyone who's watching your channel or my channel are the type of people that have already stood up to so much over the last 2 years. They're the type of people that have put their necks on the line. They're the ones that the neighbours have laughed at. A lot of people have lost their jobs because they've taken a stand. And everyone's story is unique and different and challenging, and they'll have all learned different lessons along the way. But there's some very common themes. And certainly from my own personal experience, what I've learned along the way of the last 2 years is, for the first time properly in my life, because I've always been the type of person that everyone's described as very strong and able to stand up for my own opinions, but it's come at a big price. It's come at a price that when I walk away from the situations, I'm carrying a lot of wounds with it, because the ridicule does hurt when you let it hurt. But when you get to that stage where you're unapologetically going to be yourself, and you've got enough humility to change your mind about things and to listen to other people's perspectives with an open mind and not immediately shut things out, then everything around you shifts. And I must say, both of you two have been such a help to me over the last couple of years in doing that, because you are very incredibly authentic. And a lot of people have dropped off the wayside for being one thing in public and another thing, you know, when you're off camera. And I would just want to, you know, my passion, I was thinking a lot this weekend about why am I even doing these videos? Because trust me, I've got a busy consultancy business as a therapist. I've got my animal sanctuary. I've got my family. And I don't need extra work. I'm doing it because I'm so passionate about helping people create what they want in their lives instead of reacting to what life throws at them. And I feel you two are the same. So when you're feeling those fears, it's okay, but then still decide, what do you want to do about it? And don't let others drive your life. You don't want some negative ninny driving your decisions for you, you know.
Well, yeah, and you know, and if you think about the like, for example, like you mentioned about your cousin, right? And you're just simply talking about a product that you use for skincare. Well, that's the reaction is that's a scam. And again, the ASEA in itself is a product, is all it is. The network marketing is the business model that the company has chose to use because they felt, and this is really, if you think about this, just like all of us we buy based on a personal referral. You know, if Catherine were to Catherine, you call me and you're like, Jay, you know, I think, yeah, you should consider this. You damn straight, I'm going to listen to you because I know you. I trust you. You know what I mean? That's the company. That's what network marketing is about. It's about, okay, companies are saying, more and more companies are going this direction. They're saying, look, we can spend $10 gazillion on advertising, but it's not going to be as good as if someone has a relationship with someone. If someone has a relationship with someone, they're going to make our chances of someone buying us a lot better. So companies like this just, again, look at the ripple behind this whole thing. When they make a decision by going to word of mouth marketing, if you would, they're saying to us, okay, look, that's a lot of money we don't have to spend on advertising right now. So those word of mouth people, we'll just pay them. I mean, why can't it just be as simple as that for people to understand? We're not using traditional advertising. We're going to pay you because you people have influence, you people have relationships. So what? We'll pay you for that. I mean, it just really can be that simple, everybody. It doesn't need to be anything much more than that, you know, it's a way for people to do it. And I personally believe, from a spiritual benefit, it is the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to help each other become abundant, and that's it. I mean, nothing more, nothing less. This will be what everybody else is talking about when we get into like, you know, this is a scam or that's a scam. You know, I'm at the point right now. I mean, we have a show, we have a day job, and everything like that. It's just delete. Delete.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, I just don't. You know what I mean? Whatever. That's your journey. That's your life. You know, seriously.
You know what else too? I think this company, ASEA, they have epitomized what the ascension and prosperity is all about. And people ask, well, how am I going to ascend? What's the ascension? How do I get there? The first thing is you have to make a decision to either be a service to others or continue serving yourself. And when you make the transition and you say, you know what, I am going to change my life and I want to be of service to others, everything in your life is going to start shifting. I believe that this company has taken that to a grandiose scale. They are being of service to others by sharing this information and not allowing, what people don't know, Catherine, is it's all natural.
Yeah.
The father that started it didn't actually start it until in his early 70s. That's an incredible feat in itself. They own the international property, and they were offered more than once over $5 billion from the pharmaceutical companies, not because the pharmaceutical companies wanted to bring it to the masses. They wanted to eliminate it and take it off the market. Why would multiple pharmaceutical companies offer billions of dollars to take something off of the market if they felt that it wasn't going to change the world and go against their agenda?
Absolutely. And I think it's a foundation. And none of us are saying what we're talking about today is we're talking about, do you want to make changes in your life? And we're sharing an opportunity about it. And we're only sharing it with such passion because we've seen it and we're doing it ourselves. But also we've both got big teams under us. And it's not just us. It's not just us that are doing this. It's people from all walks of life. In fact, we're very unusual in the company in terms of people that are on a public platform that are doing it. That's new to them. Most of the other people aren't at all. But I think what's really important to people to know is we're not saying there's one solution to life and this is it. We are saying this is a really good solution and it goes along with the other good choices that you make in your life. And each of them facilitate the other one. So we all know that when you look after your physical health, your mental health improves. We all know that when you look after your mental health, you can make better choices about your physical health. Everything is linked. And I'm going to take an example. A lot of people have been loving the interviews with Ismail Perez. There's also negative ninnies say, where's he come from, whatever. If it doesn't resonate with you, just watch. But one of the things that we've been really, really conscious to share is our authentic message that you were saying, Jay, that we all do believe there's brilliant things coming to all of us. But the whole point about life is to enjoy the right here, right now, and enjoy the journey. There's no point as sitting here waiting in misery with things that are wrong with our lives, hoping these things are going to happen. If you're doing really well in health and wealth and abundance in all areas of your life, and all these things come into manifestation next month, brilliant. You've lost nothing. You've just had an even better journey to get there. So it's a win-win situation.
100%. You know what was like, and like for months, we've been such an advocate of this. And last week, I had the most amazing aha moment. And for me, it was this. April was on the phone with Danielle, a mutual friend, colleague on this. And we were trying to coordinate schedulings as far as interviewing people. And we're looking at the people that were coming on here. And I don't even know how many there were. But I looked at them. I was like, my gosh, none of these people need to help us. Mm-hmm. There's like 8 to 10 of them, mm-hmm. and they're all just showing up. They don't need to help us. It's like we've got the Buckingham Palace of consultants coming down. The royal lineage, literally that are here to help us prosper. They don't financially need to. They don't. They're just all at the give back stage of their life. So when people are looking and watching at this video and you're on the fence of saying, hey, am I going to do this or not do this? I just hope that maybe one of those things that you just take a real serious look at is that the people that are here to help you don't need to help you. They're here out of love. They're here out of compassion. They've made their money. They've made their wealth. They've built whatever they want for their families. They do whatever they want for them and their families. They choose to continue the collective consciousness at its finest. like, what else could we ask for when we're looking at something like this? So if you're one of those people, I would say, Catherine, that are watching this, that say, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it makes sense. This is making sense for me. Just know the level of, like you, Catherine, mentioned something else too, which is different. And that's what I love about it, because I think we're all about disruptive technology. We don't do things the traditional way, and that's why I think is why we always, it's more fun not to, I think. But we have systems in place, everybody. For those of you watching this, we have internal systems in place where we can show you what we do and how we go about doing it, where it's not the traditional, well, let me make my list, let me see how many people I can get to my house, or let me show up at some hotel room.
There's no way.
There's none of that. I wouldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either. We have a very different way of doing it, and it's working. And we're here to share with you. We're here to help you through that. We're happy to help with that. It's a I don't want to call it untraditional. It's just the way we do it. You know what I mean? It's how we always communicate.
Kind of really is untraditional.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We love being disruptive, because this is where the fun is, and this is where the joy is. And the other thing is, it's the friends we've met along. So loads of people have seen, I've had loads of chats with Danielle. I'm on with her with another amazing guest really late tomorrow night, because she's just wonderful. And all these people were all resonating so much. And as you say, none of the people, and we're not doing this. We're not saying it because we need you to join at all. We do not. We're doing it because the whole purpose that we've all got our channels in the first place is to help and share and create this higher vibrational world that is going to bring everything into manifestation at the time that it really needs to be. And because why would we not help other people? What sort of person would we be then? And I'm one of the things I'm so excited about. So Jay's got a really special offer for people. So when my speciality is with the products, and people know I'm very honest, I use different products as well as ASEA. But for me, ASEA is like, as a therapist, one of the things I do is iridology, reading the iris of the eyes for all species. Now, with that, regardless of the fact that I have loads of holistic therapies that I have in my toolkit for when I'm working with humans and animals, I always try and do the iridology with the animals, because it's like going to the doctor or the vet and saying, I want you to tell me what's wrong with you, but I'm not going to tell you any of my symptoms. I'm not going to let you take my blood. So I'm not going to do this, working with a blindfold on. And this is how I see the ASEA. It's the foundation that every other thing I'm using builds on, because what it's doing is putting you right at a cellular level, getting those cells to connect and communicate with each other. So you're then right at an organ level, at a body level, and at an energetic level. So I love the other products I work with as well, but this one is my foundation core that, if there's something out of balance, let's get you back into balance. And Jay has got a really special offer for everyone, because Jay and April have helped so many people out doing this business. And you are opening up your time for people that seriously want to take opportunities to join the business and create a new business for themselves. You're going to open yourself up to give them some support, aren't you, Jay?
100%. If it's important to them, it'll absolutely be important to me. One of the things that we're blessed with, we're not the hey, you're healed, or what I mean? We're not whatever your thing is, or what's going to happen then. We've been blessed with the ability to, well, it is, but we've been blessed with the ability to, as conscious business strategists. We're very good at this. We're very, very good at this, and I'm very proud to say that. And we're very proud of our profession, our trade, and what we've accomplished when it comes to that. So intuitively, instinctively, within a very short period of time, Catherine, we'll work with those that are serious, that say, okay, look, I want to give this a serious go. This makes sense to me. I'll have a one-on-one with them. We'll strategize, and we'll get them a very nice plan of how they can move forward and how they can start on their 5D economy and cut through there. And also to give them resources where they can always be connected with us at that level. So it's not just a one-off, but I'd love to talk to them. If it's important to you, it'll be important to me. That's all I can say. If it's not important to you, then good luck. That's all I can say, that too. But if it is, I'll spend the time with you. I will. And we'll sit down together and say, okay, here's what you got. Here's what you're working with very pragmatically. This is where your opportunity is. This is where you can shine. This is where you need to stay away. We'll work through those strategies together with them. So long story short, yes, I will help with that.
And I'm here to help as well. So as usual, with all the videos, the link is in the description box below. It's also on my catherineedwards.life website on the products page, because some people find it a bit difficult finding the comments box below, but there's under every video on YouTube, there's a little down arrow and you click on that. I will also put it as a pinned comment. So I'm in Jane April's team. And so anyone who joins will have all of our support. But what we do is we support you. We don't do it for you. We share all our knowledge, what's working. I'm really, really good at the product side of things. I really understand how to use the product to its best advantage, how to get the best out of it for all creatures, great and small. And I'm really, really good at supporting through that. Jay and April are absolutely amazing at the business side of things and are so generous with their time. So we're going to put the contact details below and in a pinned comment. And what we want you to do is, whatever you take out of this, I hope you're going to take out that you are the creator of your reality. There's lots of people here that want to help you, that genuinely want to help you. When you want to change your life, grab that olive branch and, you know, take the help and be part of a wonderful community. Have you got anything else you want to finish off with, Jay and April? Because I know you're very busy.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for, you know, allowing us the time to spend with you today. It's always a blast. Just basically one thing I would share with anyone, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, make a change. Get out of your own way and start following your heart. Stop listening to all the chitter chatter up here and all the chitter chatter out here. Start looking and listening to what's in here, your heart, because your heart will always guide you in the right way. Your head will trip you out. The outside forces, that'll trip you out. Just come back to center, spend some time, just quiet your mind and listen to your heart and follow your heart.
Right on, right on. Yeah, and you're absolutely no fear. You're not alone. Here's my hand. Take it. We'll do this together as a collective consciousness, and it'll just be a fun ride. And have no fear. Get what is rightfully due to you in this existence. Okay, get what's yours. Just get what's yours.
Thank you so much, you two. I genuinely, absolutely love you two. You are most, and when I'm saying the most positive, I do not mean, please, people don't think that we suppress emotions, that we don't talk through fears and worries and things like that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you recognize it, you feel it, and then you transform it into something that you do want. So I'm so grateful for you two. I'm so grateful for ASEA and the wonderful people we've met from that. And I'm so grateful for anyone that's taken the time to watch this, because if you have, there's a spark in you that wants to create the next stage of your financial and health abundance, and we're here to do it with you. Lots of love to everyone out there. Enjoy the sunshine, be happy, hug a dog and cat.
Much love.
Thank you. Bye. We've just got a little appendix for you because we've just had an absolutely brilliant offer from April and Jay. Now, you guys are an expert with your courses about teaching abundance. Do you want to just share the offer that you've just made for people?
Yeah, because as we mentioned earlier, is that the way we do it is very disruptive. It's different. Okay, so if you like the way that we do it and you like the style that you're watching, all the three of us right here do that by using broadcasting as a vehicle to attract your abundance in your life. We actually developed a course that's called The Secrets to Broadcasting Riches and The Secrets to Interview Riches. And so those of you who choose to say, okay, look, I'm going to take on this ASEA and I'm going to give this a proper go, and I'm going to make this part of my abundance cycle, the course is on us. We're gifting that course to you so you can know exactly what to do. You can take the 10 years we have worked on this step by step by step to be able to work through what to do, what to run away from, everything. It's so easy to follow. They're like 6 to 7 minute snippets, right?
Yes. And for anyone, if you just want to like check out the course to see if it's even a fit for you, all you have to do is go to spirituallyraw.live, click on our courses, and it'll give you a complete layout of exactly, and samples, video samples of exactly how we did the course. But the course is really made for two different types of people. Either A, you have never broadcasted before and you have absolutely nowhere in your mind how to even start. It's perfect for you. And it's also for others that have been at it for a while, but they haven't been able to pick up any traction, Catherine. So this really helps iron out all of the kinks, gives you everything that we've learned for the past 10 plus years, A to Z, simplistic, easy to follow, broken down into tiny little short videos. But just go check it out for yourself. You'll go to spiritualraw.live, click on our courses, and it'll give you a complete layout of everything.
You'll absolutely love it. It'll teach you the model. It's our, you know, again, if it's important to you, it'll be important to us. This is another way we want to show you that how much we want to see you succeed at this. You know, it's everything we know.
I have been through, even though I've got my own channel, I have been through those courses, guys, and they are absolutely fantastic. There's so much information in there that help anyone. So I'm so grateful for that offer, because this is how serious we are about helping you. This is giving you so many tools that have taken years to do it, to build up. So all you've got to do that is contact myself or Jay and April. All the details for sign up will be below. And anyone who signs up under my link or Jay and April's link will get that offer. So I really wanted to add this on to the end, because that's such an important addition for people to know about. And that's so, so generous of you both to do that. Thank you so much.
We're all going to
Our
get through
pleasure.
this. We're going to get through this well together.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy.